So I started as president of the Miller Brewing Company. A friend from church said, "You know, Jack, that's a great place to start." But you got to remember, there was an awful lot of buildup of education, hard work, a lot of mentoring from other people during the years. And so my last job in my professional life was as CEO of the Miller Brewing Company.
Brother Jack MacDonough was initiated into the New York Alpha chapter of Phi Kappa Psi fraternity at Cornell University in 1963. At Cornell, Jack studied industrial engineering and business administration, dominated the intramural football field, developed a passion for photography at a young age, and established lifelong relationships with his fraternity brothers.
Well, my decision to join a fraternity in part came from my father, who was very supportive of the whole fraternity experience. And I was very intrigued with the idea that you could take a bunch of guys, young men, and they could basically govern themselves pretty well. And I learned that an essence of leadership would be building trust with your fellow brothers.
After graduating from Cornell and receiving an MBA from Stanford University, Jack got involved in the sales and advertising aspect of business because he felt he could make the most difference for a company in a sales-related role. At General Mills, Jack was part of a team that is considered to be responsible for introducing the granola bar to the world. His marketing successes led him to Anheuser-Busch, where in the roles of Vice President of Brand Management and Executive Vice President of Marketing, Jack led the Budweiser brand and was credited with originating the successful This Bud's For You campaign. Remarkably, Jack then moved from St. Louis to Milwaukee, breaking from Anheuser-Busch to become president of competitor Miller Brewing Company, where he served as CEO from 1993 to 1999.
Thanks to a lot of good people at Miller and at Philip Morris, we made it work. We doubled our profit in the 7 years I was there.
With Jack's tie to the beer industry, he worked a lot with sports. During his time at Miller Brewing Company, he took part in creating the sponsorship with Miller Park and building the roof on the ball field. He also had the opportunity to be on the board of directors for the Green Bay Packers, earning him 2 Super Bowl rings.
Well, my timing was fortunate to come on in 1996 because in 1997 at Super Bowl 31, the Packers won. And when I was on the board, I didn't realize that when you win a Super Bowl, not just the players, not just the coaches, all the employees and, thankfully, the board of directors get Super Bowl rings.
Throughout Jack's professional career, he has always been a strong advocate of utilizing individuals for advice and support.
I'm going to tell you that nobody goes through this life alone. You need all the help you can get. And if somebody said, how would you do it better? I would say, well, I would have reached out to even more mentors. There were too many times when I thought, I can do it myself. I'll tell you, my first mentor is my wife. Tremendously helpful in my career. I would say church members, tremendously helpful. I encourage everyone, don't think you can do it alone. Reach out.
In addition to reaching out for help and advice throughout his career, Jack also has been a strong proponent for sharing his time, talent, and treasure with others. Embodying Phi Kappa Psi's tenet of the great joy of serving others, Jack has been active in serving many nonprofit organizations, including the Elmbrook Church, the Milwaukee Art Museum, the Borner Botanical Gardens, Wake Forest University, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee, and the Bradley Technology and Trade School Foundation.
After stopping selling beer, I got involved with a high school. I think that's good timing. I was involved with building and developing an urban high school. It is a technical high school called Bradley Tech in Milwaukee, and it has over 1,000 students.
Always passionate about photography, Jack devotes time in his retirement to pursuing this passion professionally. He is now one of Wisconsin's most in-demand photographers, and MacDonough prints can be found in homes and public places all over Wisconsin and Arizona, where the MacDonoughs spend the winter. Over the years, Jack has learned to respect innovation and creativity and encourages people to view the world in a different way.
I encourage anyone to approach anything that they're doing with an eye toward innovation and creativity. It really helps you to approach things saying, what can be done fresher here?
Brother MacDonough continues to look for ways to improve relationships with the community, his family, and his New York Alpha Pledge brothers, with whom he reunites regularly.
I always look forward. I look forward to being a better family man, a better person to the community, a better friend, and hey, I can probably still be a better fraternity brother.